He is.
He is. He is the best boy.
Look at him.
But guys.
Hello, everybody. Babe, why aren't you taking notice?
I am taking notice. I just wanted everyone to know that this is not for kids.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jess! Oh. Hello.
Oh, my goodness.
We are beat.
Look at Fred. He's not close enough.
Hey, Diana. What are you doing?
He's like, I want to be in on the action, guys.
There is no action. We're just chilling. Good Lord. Yeah.
When we took the photo for the snapshot thing, he was like that.
He, as soon as we sit and get the computer out, he's like, oh. Let me get in position. What are you doing? Anyway, so there was a lot of COPPA, crappa, and I'm gonna see how this pans out, but it turns out that there are some rules in COPPA that give you the option of being like a general audience. And
tell them where you found it out, though. You're cutting out information.
Okay, I was trying to get to a point.
Okay.
Basically, there was a lawyer who did a video about COPPA that was really good. And then he did another video yesterday. I think it was yesterday, right? Where he said someone from YouTube contacted him anonymously and let him know that the FTC isn't going to come after people, whether it's based on, because YouTube has it set up like you're either for kids or you're not for kids.
You falling?
Yeah. So Jess saw it.
Oh, good.
But apparently there's like a general audience thing that the FTC was expecting, I guess. But because it would cost money to have YouTube overhaul the entire site to give the option on top of the options that are already there, like the kids only thing, that they've decided not to do it. So, long story short, I'm sure things are going to change within the next week on how this is working out. But as of right now, YouTube looks to be a bit in the wrong. Well, this whole thing is their fault anyway. But am I bothering you? Sure. Okay. So I feel a lot better about it. I don't know if you guys saw the rant on the Paperback Junkie page, but I completely freaked out. But again, YouTube can after the first decide to start deleting everyone's channels who aren't making them money.
Steve Donahue's point. That's more of a threat. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm tired. We didn't sleep good at all.
We did not sleep good last night.
Really bad.
Really bad.
I think it was just cold.
I think it's just because of my arthritis. Arthritis is real, and it's a bitch. Huh.
I don't know if mine's arthritis.
Well, no, I'm just talking about me.
Oh.
Yours is just knots in your shoulder blade.
Yeah. Thought I was having a heart attack.
She thinks she's having a heart attack every day. She's like, this might be a heart attack.
Well, my dad had a weird pain in his shoulder blade for weeks. And it turns out that it was a heart attack. Can you remember?
Yeah, a walking heart attack.
Yeah, it was just like a weird pain. And he was like, this is weird. It doesn't feel like muscle. It doesn't feel like
But yours feels like muscle.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm telling myself. But it is weird because, like, when I'm breathing and stuff, it hurts when I breathe in because all my muscles around my rib cage and stuff hurt.
Yeah.
God, we're such whinges.
Yeah, we'll be whinging a little bit more here in a minute. Diana says, I saw the latest vid from the lawyer. I'm taking a wait and see. My vids are not for children.
No, I know. It's so annoying.
I feel like you have to, like, start each video with, like, a big
disclaimer
cussing rant. Like, so everyone knows, like, motherfucking God.
Well, I don't think you'll have any trouble doing that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. But Steve thinks it's lazy.
I know.
So
it's lazy language.
Yeah, so it's better to just be condescending. I saw another video talking about that issue and how it's always been in their TOS to be able to remove channels or videos for any reason, so it's unlikely to be a thing.
Oh, yeah, that's good as well.
Yeah, but if we don't have anything to freak out about, how are we gonna get through the week? We're gonna have to start picking fights with each other.
Do you know what my concern is? Like we've talked about.
Hello, Thomas.
Hi, Thomas. My problem is that we have this, like on this channel, like we've done a lot of cool stuff on Paperback Junk, you in particular, because it is your channel. No, but I'm just saying we've like talked about all sorts of stuff on there, but this channel, we're doing like, we're documenting our entire, like, I don't want to say journey because that's, but our entire experience from start to finish of building a home. So we want to be able to look back at some point and be like, holy crap, look at that. Like we were like in a trailer with the black tank exploding on us, or, you know what I mean? We hadn't got a clue what we were doing. But I
still don't. Well, to be fair, like on the Creeperson YouTube channel, there's like a year and a half of podcast 451 on there, and we never go back and watch those. But that was like the beginning of us.
Terrifying. But we don't. We're going to have to get some kind of hard drive thing. What do you call them?
A hard drive.
A hard drive.
A hard drive.
A hard drive, so that we can record, like transfer everything back off, or copy everything off YouTube, so that if for some reason they do delete it, because you can't, like, yes, it's probably unlikely to happen, but if it does, we haven't got the space to like keep it anywhere else at the minute, have we? So if they just deign to do it, we're screwed. Like we haven't got any record.
Like, I know, but I'm sure that they would say something before they did it. Like
I wouldn't.
They've warned you about because honestly, if YouTube or Google decided one day to just wipe everyone's channels, like if Markiplier said, I'm going to Vimeo, like I was saying last night, everyone would go to Vimeo and YouTube would cease to be a thing. It would be for like boomers, and that's it. Let me get caught up on these comments here. Jess says, I do wonder if channels and vids marketed as for kids just for safety will end up getting in trouble if they're swearing or whatever. Yeah, they will. They totally will. And the other thing that's crazy is that 90% of all of the Big Brother watching you stuff that YouTube's doing is done by bots and algorithms. And that's terrifying.
Because you are likely to get flagged for stuff, but like Steve's point, was it Steve who said, like, the point is somebody is going to have to.
No, Mark was saying that a human will have to sit there and, because like it's due process in America. So like we could get fined up the wazoo all we want, but we will have to go in front of a judge and have a human like hear
I know,
our
but
case.
even before it gets to that stage, a human is going to have to review the material and decide whether they've got a case or not. And the chances are they're going to look at it and go, oh, no.
Well, I saw on another, what was it? It was like when I was just doing the COPPA search, it was, I think it was a Roblox or a Minecraft YouTuber was like complaining on Twitter about it, and a representative from the FTC hit him up and asked him to come to Washington to talk with him and some other people to come up with ways to make it better, and he's there today.
Ooh.
So
Really?
yeah. So that's, I mean, it seems like
they're obviously trying to do it because they know if they lose everybody,
dude, if they screw YouTube, so many people are gonna apply for unemployment, and it'll just break the government. The impeachment hearings will have to stop. Everything will, that wall that they're building will have to go on hold so they can pay for everybody's unemployment. Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right, guys? Come on.
Oh.
Wow.
I could say from the
God,
side.
it is so crazy. I clean my glasses.
Do you?
It just smudges it. It just makes it.
It does need doing properly. That was a temporary thing.
This is like amazing.
I was looking at him side on, and it was just like a foggy blur.
This is like clear. You're beautiful, babe. Your eyes are twinkling. When I put these glasses on this morning, I was like, "What's the fucking point?" It's like I can see clear without them, but at least I don't get a headache when I have the glasses on now. So okay. Thomas says, "Can you back everything up?"
We're gonna have to think about it because I'm really worried.
The other thing is, I do have a server with my web hosting.
Do you?
Yeah, and like it's not full by any means, but I'm sure I could put at least Black Star Homestead videos up on there. But then it's in another ether and we don't have it.
No, I think we need to save it, back it up somewhere. You're very right.
Diana says, I save all my vids to my hard drive. However, I don't have that many vids yet. Eventually, I'll need to get an external hard drive. Hey, stop talking about boomers. That's me.
It's us as well.
Winky face, winky face, winky face. Smiley faces 3 times. No, honestly, we probably can't talk about boomers anymore anyway, because that's like kid slang, like cool and free and whatever. So we'll get flagged.
Cool and free.
That's what that stupid thing said. The COPPA thing said.
Oh yeah.
Like there's
don't
like
talk about
kid
that.
slang. So Shaylee says
the
boomers all the time, so we got to stop that. Jess says, I really think it's meant for people like Logan and Jake Paul who specifically market their merch and stuff to kids. I have 2 externals for redundancy. I fear losing photos and videos my kids mainly. Here's the thing. I used to be so into I honestly have tons of hard drives, but they're all full. Then I got this other hard drive, and over the last couple years, it was just backing up my computer all the time. And I was like going, dude, like this thing should fill up. I don't get it. It just keeps going. Like it's just amazing and goes forever. And then I went on it to try to find something from like 2 years ago. And all it had was stuff from this year. Because what it does is backs everything up and then deletes the oldest file.
Oh my God.
And it had just been doing that for 2 years. So it's like, what's the freaking point? Like, why have a fucking hard drive to back up your stuff?
That must be a setting on it that you you don't have.
Obviously, it's probably a setting. I don't know how to do it.
So you messed up.
No, it's just that's how it was. I opened it, put it in, straight out of the box.
Babe, we need to do it. I'm really worried
I back up manually because I don't trust automatic.
Exactly.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't leave it plugged in. I just would back it up when I needed my stuff backed up. Operator error. Hey, listen here, boomer.
Don't listen to it, Diana.
What the heck?
Operator error. That's exactly what it is.
I didn't even know that was a setting you could put on a hard drive. I thought the whole purpose of a hard drive was to put stuff on and then never touch it. I didn't know it was going through and deleting.
Did you not think though? Wow, this is when you thought
after 2 years, I was
forever.
like,
looking at your
this
bare
hard
wrist.
drive should have been full like 6 months ago.
Looking at his bare wrist. It's too Two freckles past him. Oh God! Can you open that window? It's getting hot in here.
So take up all your
Open
clothes.
it.
Oh,
There we go.
there it is. That's what we
Oh,
call
man.
cross ventilation.
Ventilation.
Yeah. Operator error.
It's exactly an operator error.
So anyway, so the thing that makes this awkward with YouTube is that I've been trying to get Zoe to start her own channel, like an art channel. And now she's like, to hell with everything. What's up? I'm like getting it like absorbed by the sun right here. This is ridiculous. All right. Well, all right, whatever.
Move the whole thing over a bit. There we go.
Hot, so hot. But yeah, so I want her to do her own channel, and she's like, kids like art, Zoe.
I know. Kids like art.
Kids love art. Oh, that's funny.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, what's the point?
I still want her to do it. I'm like, just do it on Twitch. And how come every time I say Twitch, it's like I'm telling people to like go kill a cat?
Because Twitch is full of gamers and people with nipple things on, painting their bodies. What do you call them?
Gamer girls?
No, what do you call them?
Cosplayers?
Nipple things.
Pasties?
Pasties.
Good Lord. She's talking about cosplay over here. I didn't know where you were going with the nipple thing for a little bit. I was like, what the?
I know, you looked a bit scared.
What Twitch channel are you watching?
Let's do creative content.
On Twitch, yeah. Do any of you guys have a Twitch channel? Like, or been on Twitch or follow anyone on Twitch who does art that's not
the non-nipply variety.
So does that mean you only
ridiculous.
watch art of people on Twitch with pasties?
No. I do.
Jess, you have a Twitch? Oh my gosh. You're gonna have to twat that over to Zoe.
What? Why are you being...
Tweet that over to Zoe. No, I do not do Twitch.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I used to stream games on there like a long time ago, and I really liked it. And then life happened, and now I want to do it again. And I'm lucky if I have enough electricity to
flush the toilet.
Flush the toilet, have a light on after 7 o'clock. Dude, it has been so hard. Like, we need to seriously look into our solar system here. Like, we have to turn the pump off, turn the inverter off, turn everything basically off by what, 6? In order to like be able to, and everything has to be charged so we could watch YouTube or Netflix or whatever until 8. It's like really sad. Like this morning,
oh my God,
I woke up. Well, I didn't sleep very well last night because my shoulder feels like I don't know. It's just not great.
Sorry,
But
Fred.
I woke up at like 5 o'clock and just laid there until I started to see light outside. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get up. Go outside, watch the sun come up. Oh, is that your Shrike? Oh, no, never mind. And I'm like, okay, I have the portable solar charger outside. So usually in the morning, I'll go out there and charge my phone while I'm having my morning coffee and whatnot. And so that was fine. And then I come in here and I'm like, oh, wow, I can't even start charging my computer yet. I had to wait 2 hours before I could start charging my computer. And because I let my computer get so low last night, when I was first starting to charge it, it wasn't taking a charge. It was just plugged in. Ooh, look at that, guys.
This is the loggerhead Shrike that we keep seeing. Can you
And
see
this
that?
is a picture of it impaling its prey on stuff to come
They're
back to
really
eat
cool.
it later.
They're bigger than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah,
as well.
they're
not like huge.
no,
they're like,
but they're like
I thought
they're
they were like
smaller
little
than
finch.
a crow, but way bigger than a finch.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Like a woodpecker kind of size, maybe a bit smaller.
No, I think it's bigger. It looks a little rounder.
Really
well, anyway, so my computer wasn't taking a charge. It was just showing that it was plugged in, and it was the battery was at 0, and I was seriously like, I'm past the point of like completely losing my mind.
I was just like, what's the point?
I was just like, I'm just gonna sit here and cry in the dark by myself. Fred might see, but that's okay. And
what are you doing?
But yeah, finally I was able to start getting it to charge, and then the inverter started alarming, so then I had to turn it off for a while, and then it was probably like 10 o'clock before I was able to start doing any normal human stuff.
Well,
operator error again. Diana, the ice that you skate on is paper thin, my dear. Paper thin.
No, what? Here's a little here's a little experiment that we did, which just proves the point, right? We have look at it, she's very cheeky today.
Yeah.
We had all the little outside lights that we have are like little solar, like they're tiny little things, but they're like little torches that you stick into the ground, and there's like a little solar panel on the top. And they haven't been working for ages, have they? What are you looking at?
Jess said, birds that can use tools are the best. There's a crow that carves twigs into hooks to get at bugs and tree holes.
Oh my God. I'm on a pet raven.
She wants a pet anything. She has a freaking black widow and a goddamn Tupperware outside right now.
No, I've always wanted a raven. They're so intelligent, but I would never get a raven. But if there was a rescue one that couldn't be released, or something like that, then oh my God, I would love. They're so intelligent. Crows.
You're gonna be like
magpies.
Kathy Bates in Misery. Like, oh, you can't leave yet. Let me snap that leg.
Snapping that little wing. So it cut. Oh, you can't. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, so she put
these little torches. I got sidetracked. These little torches that have been upright since the summertime when the sun goes over, we haven't moved them. So as an experiment the other day, I tipped them all on a 45-degree angle so that the sun is on them all day. They've been perfect again.
Two of them have.
Yeah. Which isn't like a huge...
But I don't know if that's just because of what's around. Because we don't watch them during the day. We don't see what they do.
No.
Because the ones that are by the compost, they're probably getting blocked by the compost.
Yeah, we need to move them.
And then there's one back here that we put out there so we could do the water if we need to.
Yeah, they're in the shade all day.
Yeah, because there's no sun over there anymore.
So what I'm thinking this is obvious. We kind of knew it would work, but the fact that these ones are on a level the whole time and they're getting barely any sun going over, that's like a huge amount of. We're relying on that all day.
Well, I was going to ask you, did you want to try to take the solar panels off or lean them up or anything? See, the problem is if we start taking that stuff apart, we have to be able to fill all the holes that it leaves.
We need some silicone or something to make sure it's waterproof.
Or some caulk.
Okay.
What?
Because the way you say it sounds rude. Caulk.
Yeah, I'm going to shove some caulk in the hole.
See what I mean?
It's to keep water out.
It's like Graham all over again.
Caulk.
Caulk.
Caulk! What the fuck are you doing?
It's spelled CAULK, isn't it?
I know, but it
Caulk.
doesn't have 12 U's in the middle
Caulk.
of it. Caulk!
It's true. Oh, I'm so hot and boiling.
Yeah, you are. Gonna have to Never mind.
Yeah, stop.
So Jess asked, have you ever seen the Peter Kane dog training channel? He
What?
has a pet raven and pigeon, I think. He's really funny.
No. What's he called?
Thank you, Jess. I'm going to be watching, apparently, Peter Kane dog training channel for the next freaking 3 weeks.
Well, I'm not being funny, but the dogs do need.
This
Look
one.
what came up. Peter Cetera, Glory of Love.
Glory of love. I don't even know how that song goes, do I?
No.
Okay. Cock talk. Yeah. Thomas knows what's up. No,
Cock talk. There we go.
Cock talk. It's like TikTok. The cock talk. Are you trying to say cock is like talk?
Cock talk, yeah.
Cock talk.
Stop.
Cock talk. Starring me.
Okay, subscribed. I don't know why I did that because I might not want it. I will.
What channel did you subscribe to it on?
Peter Kane dog training.
No, what account? Like, am I going to be getting notifications?
It could be the Homestead one, yeah. I'll go.
No, I'm sure it'll be fine. But honestly, what's going to happen? I'm going to end up watching those. And I'm going to go, see, babe, why don't you just quit telling the dogs that they're good when they do bad stuff? And then we're just going to argue a bunch. So.
Look at them both.
Because, like, the dogs will do something horrible. And then she's like, ha, 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 good dogs.
No. Only.
I didn't even have to say anything. She already knew. She's like, oh.
It's when your shorts fall down. That's the one you got.
No,
really
it's anything. Like,
that's the one you got really mad at me for.
Well, yeah, that wasn't nice. But, like, even, like, if I'm trying to come up and give you a cuddle or something and Mina runs for me and you're like, oh, yay, protecting mom. Yeah, protecting mom
I know
from
that's
affection.
really bad. No.
Why are you screaming? What are you looking at over there? What's happening? I'm not sure he actually has dog training on there. Haha. The ones I've seen are like ravens or dicks, but he loves his raven. Okay, then that's fine.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'm all up for that.
Look at him.
Yeah, on Twitch, I end up watching a lot of Legend of Zelda randomizer races and the Mega Manathon.
Yeah, the Mega Manathon.
Yeah, that's one weekend I'll never get back every year. Except for last year, I forgot about it.
Well,
or me.
Look at Fred. Yesterday, Fred.
Oh.
You were filling the water tank up, weren't you? And every time we went near the water tank is near my little tiny bedroom window. And every time me and Fred were in there, I was in there talking to you to tell you when it was. I was just keeping you company, wasn't I?
Basically, I touched the screen and Fred tried to
Fred
destroy
went nuts. Me. And he's not like that. He looks shifty.
Yeah.
Can you see how shifty?
So now Zoe thinks that somebody tried to get in here when we weren't here.
I've never seen him behave like that. Like, he barks at stuff, doesn't he, and things, but he's never, like, aggressive. Like, he was going, rah! And he could see it was you.
Yeah, but, like, if I go out this door and then walk over to that door and touch the screen,
he
completely loses his mind.
He's just protecting the property like it's his domain, I think. I don't know. Or he's protecting us in it.
Jess, I'm going to have to ask you questions now.
What?
Jess says she likes watching Terraria. I can never say that right. Speed runs, game jams, and digital artists. Now, I haven't played Terraria, but I think I would like it. But at the same time, I don't know if I would or not. I know that doesn't really help, but like, I love Conan Exiles. That's like my game right now. And, but I can only play that on the PC, and my PC doesn't charge. So,
He's playing Minecraft.
I'm playing Minecraft right now because I could play that on the Mac, which has a battery, but apparently doesn't last very long. But yeah, so I don't know. Pendra, hello.
Hi, Pendra.
I have an obscene number of hours into here. Is it Terraria or is it Terraria? I have Minecraft Let's Play. Oh, you can't tell me that you have a Minecraft Let's Play and then go, oh, it's unlisted, so you'll never find it. Oh, Mark, you are a champ. Okay, everyone right now tell Mark how awesome he's doing at Nano.
Oh my gosh,
he's almost
so
done.
Good.
He's
job, Mark.
kicking A and taking names.
Really? He's a fine example
of how to do it.
Because nobody else is. Is Steve actually still doing it?
I think so.
Is he?
Yeah. Let's see. Diana's Craft Table. There's a short article in today's paper about a Marvel podcast series. Also about Roxanne Gay, who is writing a story about She-Hulk. Did you know about this, and what's your opinion? Is it a young adult novel, or is she like writing She-Hulk for a bit? Because I haven't heard about that. I did hear about her doing something else a little while ago, and I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. Because Rainbow Rowell did The Runaways, but I thought there was something she did. I can't remember.
That name sounds familiar to me.
Which one?
Roxanne. Okay.
Roxanne.
At least I didn't jump that time. I was expecting it.
Yeah. Did you think I was going to do that? Why?
Because that's what you do.
Well, I think that's rude. Let me see. Like, Roxanne is the author of Bad Feminist. Yeah, like, she's...
Yeah, I'm familiar with her.
I thought she did something else in comics, though. Like, I remember, like, a year ago, there were a bunch of people talking about her. Like, she was coming in to do something or another. But anyway, I honestly... I think a lot of all the weirdness of everything that I've been hating for a long time is starting to fade away. And I think a lot of it has to do with bigger companies taking more of an interest in what their properties are doing. As far as DC goes, I'm going to bore the hell out of everyone for like the next 3 minutes. So just
Especially me, because I've heard it all before.
Have you now?
Yeah, because we've discussed it.
So anyway, DC with the 5G. With the 5G on the cell phones. No, it's called 5G. It's like Generation 5. Starts next year. And they're changing all the characters, like changing who they are and stuff.
No way.
Which is just silly because, like, when I was a kid, there had been Batman and Superman comics for 40 or 50 years. And I wasn't like, wow, these guys just don't understand who I am inside. They don't get what the times. Like, I like, it's the most ridiculous thing in the world to, like, go, oh, we need to do this so people can relate more. But anyway, so they're changing all this other stuff, but they're like, oh, but like if you like a Bruce Wayne Batman or a Clark Kent Superman, you can still get those books. They're just going to cost you $8 now. So they'll have their own thing and they'll be on Black Label, but it'll be $8 a book. Hey, Troy. So that annoys me to no end. And I'm kind of like Tom King's run on Batman right now is making me so never want to pick up another comic book again, which is driving me crazy. But anyway, so with all that being said, what's his name? Is it Feige? Kevin Feige, who was in charge of the MCU, and now he's kind of he's going to be overseeing what happens at Marvel Comics. I have a better feeling for Marvel Comics right now than I do for DC right now, because I think Marvel, if they have their upper management people, like I feel like every bad SJW thing that's been happening with Disney and Marvel has come to a head, and now they're going to start picking up the pieces and just making good product for people to purchase, and that makes me happy.
Do you honestly think that's going to happen?
Well, I don't think it's going to happen like that, but I think it's in the process. Like even with the whole Comicsgate thing, like it didn't really happen until like 2016, but it started in like 2012, 2013.
Oh, okay.
But like it was just little ripples here and there, and then all of a sudden it was like blah!
Just explode.
Yeah. So like it'll take a little bit. And it's Jody.
Hey Jody.
Hello, Jody. Let's see. Why do they want to ruin the comics for? That sucks. I know. And like seriously, this is the thing that drives me crazy. This is how hard it is to write a good Batman story. It's not. It's not hard. It's not hard to write a good Batman story. Batman wants to be a good guy and fight crime and do it in a way that nobody gets killed without superpowers. It's like, oh, okay, that's really simple. That's done. But for some reason, that's just like too tricky for people to figure out. Why don't they just create brand new characters? Well, they have done that, and it never works. So what they do, or what they've done lately, they rush into it, and they do it all at once. Like they can't just let one character do something. Like if Jane Foster wanted to be Thor, and they're like, hey, let's make this work because Jane Foster's been around forever. And they're like, okay, over the next 2 years, let's like do this big long form storytelling to show how Thor isn't Thor anymore and
how she's adapted into the role.
Exactly. And that would have been fine. But no, they're like, hey, Thor's toxic male and he's unworthy. So now she has cancer. Now she's Thor. And Thor is not his name. It's a title. His name is really Ublablexlox. I made that one up. But I think that's how much thought they put into it too. But like with the Hulk, and honestly, I was reading the Immortal Hulk.
I love the Hulk.
Yeah. And I love the Bruce Banner Hulk.
Yeah, me too.
And the Immortal Hulk was actually really good. And then the third trade, it didn't get bad, but it started to go places where I was getting worried about it. And it was just like really kind of heavy-handed. Oh man, the first two trades are so good. They're so good. I'm stuck in the 70s and 80s for wrestling and comics. Troy.
I am as well.
High five me through the ether, my friend. Yeah.
It doesn't make you a bad person, though. That's the whole point.
What like doesn't make you a bad person?
You're made to feel like some kind of villain. If that's your feeling about stuff these days, you know what I mean? It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't mean that you're some kind of like, I don't know, barbarian. You would like that.
Well, here's the funny thing. So the thing that they're going to do with Batman and 5G, they're going to, Bruce Wayne isn't going to be Batman anymore in current continuity. I don't know exactly how they're doing this, but he's not going to be Batman anymore. And instead of it going to Dick Grayson, who was the first Robin, who's now Nightwing, who actually isn't really Dick Grayson. He's a cab driver named Rick. Long story. Or give it to Jason Todd, who was the second Robin, who's now Red Hood. Or the the third Robin, Tim Drake, who became Red Robin, who is now the Drake. Not even joking. Thank you, Brian Michael Bendis, for destroying that, you jackass.
The Drake.
The Drake.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Or Damian Wayne, Bruce Wayne's actual son, who's the Robin right now. Or even Duke, who's the Signal, who is black, by the way. Or who do you call it? I mean, you could even go down all the Batwoman, Batgirl, Orphan, or I don't know. There's just a laundry list of characters who could become Batman, and they're giving it to Batwing, who is like the son of Lucius Fox, who probably out of all the characters we've mentioned, has spent the least amount of time with Bruce Wayne. Like, Duke's black. You could give it to Duke if you just want a black Batman, and that would make way more sense. But we're gonna give it to this guy because, like, comics.
Is that your stomach?
It was my stomach. Thanks, babe. Anyway, so, oh man, it's really frustrating, and I don't even want to talk about the rest of the trash DC that they've had to change a bunch of stuff around to make these new characters. It just, like, Brian Michael Bendis had to age Jonathan Kent 10 years in a volcano over the period of a couple of books to destroy the Super Sons so he could become the new Superman. Like, everything is just so craptastic, and there's no long form storytelling, and there's not even like short storytelling where it's just like, hey, this is a comic book and the whole story is in these 22 pages. This is so cool. Like, there's no continuity. Nobody cares what the character is doing in other books or what the character did 3 months ago in another book. It's the Wild West out there. People do whatever the hell they want, and the readers have to pay the price for it. So let me get off my high horse. Oh, Troy, did you hear about Jim Cornette having to, or resigning from NWA? For, get this, are you ready? Telling an Ethiopian joke from 1986. So that's fun. Crickets.
Well, give them a chance.
No, it's like I get nothing. Like, I want to hear like laughter or applause or boos. I get nothing.
Are you up to date with your comments? I can't.
Just go to Alterna. You know, I would like to. I just haven't seen. Ah!
What?
Liz said boo. It scared me. I jumped back. No, he didn't tell it in 1986. He told the joke on an episode of NWA Power that aired last week. But the joke would have been like topical in 1986. So he's just. It's a starvation joke.
It was inappropriate and bad taste, wasn't it? But it wasn't. Do you not think it was? I never liked it. They were awful, the Ethiopian jokes. But they were like the main schoolyard jokes.
Yeah, I had like 30 of them, and those are the only jokes I could remember.
They were
from
awful
being a
at
kid.
the time. I used to go, oh god, they were really like.
No, I know they're really bad, but that's what
are.
makes them funny, because you're like, oh gosh.
No, they're not funny. They're awful.
Because like the only jokes I knew as a kid was Ethiopian jokes and quadriplegic jokes.
See, they're
neither are good.
They're not appropriate anymore, but they're not like that particular one that he told could have been if it wasn't great, but that wasn't why he told it.
I think the reason why people got pissed off is that they thought it was a racist joke.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because, no offense to the millennials out there, but the millennials out there didn't know that there was a starvation problem in Ethiopia in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Did I say 80s?
Yeah.
I felt weird. But anyway, so for those of you who are curious about what we do here, we actually decided the other day, which was yesterday, that we are going to go ahead and put in electrical. What?
Because it's terrifying.
Oh, was that like a nervous laugh?
Yeah. Basically, the shed. I'm sorry I'm lying here. I'm very tired.
Oh,
What's that saying?
bad taste is the foundation of good wrestling. Oh, don't you know it?
It is, though.
Man.
That's the whole point. That, like, Jim Cornette is...
Kamala was, like, my favorite wrestler when I was a kid.
But he's one of the most, like, liberal. He's, like, so liberal.
Yeah.
Left wing, isn't he, about stuff?
Yeah, he really is.
He's not.
And he's getting roasted by his peeps.
Yeah, he's
but
not.
Whatevs. So, yeah. So, electrical. We're going to put electrical in the shed.
While we were doing the shed, we're up to level 5, guys.
Level 5 is alive.
We're up to level 5. We might even get some done this afternoon if we can muster the energy.
Should we dig or should we do bags?
I think we do bags. Because it's going to be really windy tomorrow.
I don't see how that's any better with doing bags in the wind tomorrow. Or are you saying we're not going to do anything tomorrow?
We might not be able to do bags.
We have 35-mile-an-hour winds heading for us tomorrow.
Allegedly, but you never know.
Allegedly.
But while we were going around yesterday, like, we just suddenly thought, this seems like a huge waste of... Like, we're excited about what we're doing, but it's going to be just like a 4-walled, like...
Tomb.
With no windows, no electricity in, because we don't really need it for a shed. We were just going to have like a solar lamp outside that you could just take in to look at, to get stuff out if you needed it, with the roof on it to gather water. And we wanted it done as quickly as possible so we could move on to do the domes to live in. But the more that we're doing it, we're really proud of it, because it's like we're building this building, but we're like, hang on a minute. Like, this seems like a waste of an experience, doesn't it? Like, and a waste of a really, like, nice sized building. Because the more it's growing up, the more we can sort of visualize it. Yeah? What?
Troy.
And
he's chanting.
So we decided, like, instead of just having it as a shed and like altering it afterwards, which we could do, but it's probably going to be a crappy effort at it. We've decided we want the shed to be our living room library.
Yeah, because we were going to have to build another squared structure for the library because of the bookcases. Yeah,
the domes aren't like ideal. You're wasting a lot of space unless you build your shelves for your books.
Yeah. And we have a lot of bookcases in storage right now.
We've got like three big ones that you've all seen.
Yeah.
And like 2 smaller ones for bigger books and stuff, haven't we? The black ones.
Yeah, but then I have...
Oh, and you've got the palette as well.
Well, the palette's right there.
Oh, yeah.
But I have the little one that I had on my desk. Oh, and I have the black one that was next to my desk. So that's another big one. So basically we have all these bookcases, and if we were to build a dome for a library or a study, the bookcases would end up like this because of the dome. And they wouldn't
not even that. There would be like space down the back of them. It's just like against a round wall. So
we were like, okay, so we'll end up making another square structure, and while we've been doing this square structure, I'm very like annoyed with it. I'm not annoyed with it. I just think when you're doing the the circular dome, it will
It's gonna
just
be
be easier.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot easier. It's really, I'm finding it like, it's like heaven. I don't know why, but being out there in the fresh air. Are you doing the cure?
Yeah.
Oh.
She thinks it's heaven to dig in the dirt.
No, I'm just really enjoying being out in the fresh air.
Yeah.
I've got I'm listening to my my Jeremy Brett Sherlock Holmes podcast.
I lost my earbuds, so I can't listen to anything.
No,
I just sit there and hear my
it's
thoughts.
It's all miserable every day. Where are your earbuds?
I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
I had them, and now I don't.
Anyway, like listening to a book, doing that, and it's just like, it's like a monotonous thing, but there's something very like pleasurable about that to me. I love it.
Are you going to tell them what happened when you were being all monotonous with the wheelbarrow yesterday?
What happened?
When I walked up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The thing you're like, I'm going to tell everyone what you did.
Oh. No, you can tell them. It was disgusting.
No, I won't. Keep going.
You'll have to now.
No, I don't.
Gonna go,
I don't have to do anything.
About?
You like the Cure and Morrissey at the same time? Is that allowed? Anything I do is allowed. Want to know what I did yesterday?
What,
she was mixing the cement in the wheelbarrow. I peed in it.
I was absolutely gobsmacked. He just stood there and he laughed.
I just had to go, and I thought I wanted some of me in the wall.
Yeah, look what people are saying.
I know, it's disgusting. When you're sitting in the sun all day and you don't know what's happening, you do things. I
was bent over digging like that. Do you know what I said? I was like, I couldn't like speak. I was like I am now. I was so angry with him, and he was absolutely cracked up. And I went, the only person who's going to laugh at this, Troy. I was furious.
She was mad for like 2 seconds, and then said, "You do that again, and I'll chop it off." And she came at me with the trowel. It was pretty funny. But then I realized that since we're using the gray water, our DNA is already all in the walls. So it was super fulfulous.
And disgusting. I've just clicked everywhere with madness.
All right.
Anyway, so don't touch me. So now we're looking at the size of this shed. I'm like, wow, it's not like huge or anything, but it's bigger than what I was expecting for what we wanted it for, right? I don't know whether it's going to be big enough for the shed or anything, but when you're standing in it,
it is really big.
It isn't really big.
It's bigger than this.
No, it isn't.
How could you say that?
Because it's not.
It's not.
Anyway.
That's gross. It is.
I don't think it is.
It is. It definitely is. Just this area right here. It is bigger than this. It's really
hard to visualize different sizes and different, like the volume, the square footage of things. And when you're in there, I'm like, holy crap, we could get if we had the sofa in here and a little wood burning stove and then just the walls lined with all our books.
Mm-hmm.
We could have it as a living room, really nice, with a couple of our little tables and stuff in there.
And then when we were thinking about it, we were trying to figure out what was actually in storage that we were going to be putting in there. And most of it is bookcases and boxes of books and honestly, 2 couches. That's basically it.
Yeah, we've got the bed. We've got a
futon,
a folded down bed.
Futon.
Is it a futon?
It definitely is a futon.
Well, whatever. It's got
couch.
A huge, big mattress on it, which is really heavy, isn't it, to move about? And that's what my parents always stay on. That'll go out when we build the first dome, so there'll be somewhere for them to stay. or us, depending on what we decide to do. The sofa in there, like what we thought was if we unpack the boxes of books onto the shelves round the edges, we're kind of like the bulk of the boxes in there. The other things are going to be like kitchen stuff and towels
there's
and
kitchen
things like
stuff and like Christmas decorations.
Which again, we're going to have to build a smaller shed to put the stuff in. But
no, we could still put all that stuff in here. But like after like a month of that stuff being in there, things will probably start moving out. Like the more
like everything we build,
structures we
things
build,
will be going out of there to go into the different structures.
So we might as well start looking at that as a living room library.
So we need to plan for that in advance so that that's ready to. So at the end of it, we're going to have a living room area all ready to just do up, if you know what I mean. So that means we have to do electricity, which is scary because I don't know how to do that.
Well, we'll find out really quick.
What does that say?
Did you put a moisture barrier around the bags? No.
No, we didn't, because everything in the desert, I don't know whether we should have done that. We watched My Little Homestead a lot, and they don't do any of that for theirs in Arizona, and they have monsoon kind of thing in Arizona, don't they, with tons of like. So the way that we did it is we dug the trench lower than the floor's going to be, 2 bags down, so that's like a foot down, and everything is so free draining with the sand that hopefully it's going to carry everything away from the cement bits. That's what we looked up in the book and everything.
Yeah.
Because they only do like 1 bag or something down, don't they? They don't even do how much foundations do they do?
I want to say like they probably did more when they started, but I feel like the last build I saw them do, they might have done 1 bag down.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously you can't go, oh well, that's what they did, so like that's gospel.
No, and like it's difficult to tell. Like obviously we'll have to see how it goes and everything over the winter time.
Yeah.
But at the minute, like they had monsoon rains, so that the dirt that they were using in the bags, the whole bags had to be taken down and collapsed because they were absolutely saturated with water, with the water pouring out. We had like a good inch of rain, didn't we?
Yeah. That was shocking.
That was a lot of rain.
Honestly, like when it was raining, it rained for a couple hours or whatever, and I didn't really think it was going to be that much. And you go outside and the ground's like kind of hardened because of the rain.
Yeah.
But then we had this like bowl out here and there was like an inch of water in it.
Yeah, it was nuts.
I was just like, what the heck?
And all the sand was like soaked. But then the next day, when you dig down, it's lower and lower and lower. Like it dries really quickly with the temperature out here.
Yeah.
So we're thinking, because there's a bit of cement in it, ours weren't affected at all, were they?
No.
They're rock hard. They're completely secure.
I want to say that the ones we did the day before the rain or the day of the rain weren't as hard as the other ones were.
Yeah.
But they're all rock hard now.
Yeah, like literally the next day or a couple of hours later, it changes. And this is like 50-degree weather at the minute. It's only like in the 50s.
Yeah.
And everything's drying out really quickly. So, and also the floor that we're going to do in the middle is going to be like a concrete floor that we have the soil that you till up and you mix with cement and then you tamp it all down and you keep wetting it so that it hardens and it goes like rock hard, but it's still breathable. And then you can put like your epoxy or you can put your varnish or whatever on the top or your lint.
Were we gonna do like
We're gonna do
the
linseed
cob
oil.
floor or anything like that? Or are we just gonna?
I don't know, because we haven't got any.
Well, originally I was just gonna have it be like a whatever floor because I didn't think we were gonna be.
I
in
know.
there.
See, we're gonna have to move it.
So now we got to change like our thought on it because all this other stuff. But to get back to the moisture barrier around the bags, just real quick, when we first started looking into this, I thought we were gonna do a French drain. I think is what it's called, right? A French drain. Okay. Around the foundation where you have like gravel, tarp, and a pipe to get the water out kind of thing. But it's so dry out here and everything's so loose that
it's not just that, it's the sand. There's no clay in it to retain the water at all, very little. So the water that you have is just draining straight down through the sand. It's such like, isn't it? It just drains down.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We might have to rethink future things, but at the minute, I don't think. And also, we're on a slope. There's no like, when you look on the satellite thing, there's no stream channels or anything. We don't have any water like flowing round us, do we?
If you're American when you pour the cement and you're American when you pour the sand, then what are you while Zoe mixes? Huh? If you're American when you pour the cement, oh, European. I see where this is going.
I knew you'd appreciate it, Troy.
Troy understands good humor there.
There wasn't any good humor about you piddling into the wheelbarrow. It was disgusting. And you know it.
You were cracking up.
I was not. I was not cracking up. I was not amused at all. Even he knew. He thought it was funny, and then it's sort of like he was like, "Oh, maybe we went a bit too far there." Didn't you?
I didn't have earbuds, babe.
Oh wow! So that made you pee into the water barrel. I mean, the wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we've got to rethink the thing now. So we've got to plan out. It's not going to be anything crazy because we only need like a couple of lamps and some sockets to be able to plug stuff in.
But if we're doing this too, we're going to do a rocket stove or a wood stove.
We want a little wood stove in there.
Okay. Well, I guess that's what we're going to do.
Otherwise, we can do we can do the rocket stove, but I don't want to delay anything about being able to use it. That's what I mean.
Oh, no. We're going to be in there like the second we put a door on it.
But basically, as with earth bags, you've got to plan everything in advance because if you can imagine, like with the power points that you're going to want for your sockets or whatever, you've got to plan those because you can't drill it directly into the earth bags.
You can, but
but it's not stable kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's just it's a mess and the whole thing. Because like with all of the domes we want to build, we want to have exposed piping and wiring, but copper piping and what am I trying to say? Exposed pipes
for the electrical.
Yeah, because like yesterday I exposed some pipe in the wheelbarrow and you got all mad at me. So what do you call it?
Indecent. Indecent exposure.
No, but seriously, what is that? It's
just exposed wiring and stuff.
Well, we don't want exposed wires. We want the wires in the pipe.
No, you can get like metal pipes that you put your pipe, your wiring through and
That's
everything.
What I'm saying.
But what?
No. Oh, that must have been fun, Zoe.
No, it wasn't. It was gross. Anyway, you have to do you've got to plan it in advance so that usually you put, with the cleats that we showed you, which is just basically a big plank of wood with a block of 2x4 or 4x4 or something like that.
I think that's actually in the video that I put up today.
Oh, Well,
So there's a
basically,
video that went up this morning that has the cleats in it. That
they're
she's
called
talking
like
about.
Velcro or
They're not Velcro.
no, but that's what they're called in the book. And
Oh.
basically, they're used to like stick the bags together, but give you a block of wood that you can screw other like wood frames, window, door frames, or your electrical appliances, or if you want to do like shelving or anything like that, or some people have the steps, wooden steps coming out of the walls. If you want to do any of those things, you have to do these big planks of wood, which you nail into the bag below it. And it has like a 2x4 or something that you nail on top of that. And that bit sticks out of the side of the wall so that when you plaster over it and what have you, but you know where they are so that you can drill into that and you can attach stuff. You can attach your electrical sockets or anything like that. And they're called Velcro because you put them, they basically hold, they have all the nails sticking out, so they hold everything together so that you can bag over the top of it and it all stays stabilized and the weight of the bags keeps it secure. But we need to think about all these things
Because
we go.
Because I need to go buy all of the housing and stuff for the electrical, so we can put that in now.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to like go through the wall later. Because I mean the wall's
You
like
can
what,
do
like
that.
14 inches?
Yeah.
15 inches thick. It's like
you can drill through and stuff. You can do that if you have to do it, but that's a lot more effort than just preparing for it. And it's the same with the windows. You've got to put cleats in so that you've got wooden bits of, sort of wood so that you can drill the wooden frame into it, if you know what I mean. So everything's secure. So we weren't planning on doing any of that, but it seems stupid to not do that and learn as we're going along. Do you think?
Yeah, and that was like the big thing you said. What the heck was that?
What? A bird?
In the house?
No.
Okay. I thought there was something over there. European. All right.
European. All right.
He's like,
micro. European.
But anyhow, yeah. So, but like how you were saying, like if this is like our practice build, we should practice everything and not like just do what we can, and then we end up having to practice on the next one.
I know, and
that made a huge point to me because like that's big.
Yeah, it might slow us down a little bit, but we're going to have a viable living room, cozy living room, library space, which is probably going to be one of the most important rooms that we have.
Yeah, and probably
especially for the winter time because it's freezing. Like the floor, because this is like a caravan, basically, like a trailer. There's no insulation underneath. It's freezing cold. That's why you're probably not sleeping.
Yeah,
the floor
because I'm sleeping on the floor again in the on top of the sleeping bag or whatever, and it is icy on that floor in the morning, man. It is really cold, and my okay. For those of you, because like this is like a whole new ailment thing for me.
I feel like we do nothing but complain about our illness.
Dude, it's like, what the heck? What do you do for arthritis? Like, when I was going to the doctor a bunch after I got hurt at Starbucks, which I'm not allowed to talk about legally anymore, I found out that I had a lot of arthritis in my joints, like in my shoulders and in my knees and in my wrists and stuff like that, and in my back.
Kid, didn't you, so?
Yeah, and skateboard and all sorts of other stupid things. But anyway, so my shoulder though, like, and last year it was this shoulder. It was just like killing me all the time in the cold.
Mm.
But because it's cold and because I'm doing a lot of lifting stuff with
Lifting
the
bags.
stuff. It's just like all day it hurts. And like I am popping ibuprofen 800s like crazy. And it's really, it doesn't take the pain away. It just like kind of dulls it a little bit.
We've got diclofenac or whatever it's called as well, that like topical gel.
Oh.
What?
Nothing.
Just being rude again.
No.
Yeah, it's like topical, like anti-inflammatory gel that we put on. That doesn't really help either, does it?
See, the futon mattress. That's a great idea. Glucosamine.
Glucosamine. I told him that.
Double the
last
recommended
week.
dose for the first 2 weeks.
There we
All right.
go.
Oh, let's do that.
I used to be a vet nurse, and we used to do that for dogs. Seriously, we used to prescribe them glucosamine, and a lot of the like dog arthritis diets for like aging dogs used to have that in it, and they'd be so much like looser in the joints after it. It was amazing.
Oh, because man, it hurts in the joint, and then if I don't do anything about it, like the pain starts to like go down the bone. It feels like, and it feels like
Is it like ground glass in your joint?
oh, when I go like that and stuff, yeah. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. But the pain that starts going down my arm, it feels like if you like drink something cold or bite into something cold with your teeth and you have sensitive teeth or whatever, it feels like that inside my arm.
It sounds like you've got a trapped nerve.
Oh
or
my
something.
God, it's freaking like it's not like the most painful thing in the world, but it's seriously probably the most annoying.
You know what is annoying?
Tell me. I would love to hear what you think is annoying.
Okay, I have like, I'm mainly fine, but I have sore muscles and that a lot. But what I do is I have a hot water bottle and I go to sleep. I lie on my back, I don't move, and I lie on my hot water bottle, and the next day I feel fine, right? He, no matter what I do, will not sleep on his back. He can't.
I'll just roll over.
I know, but you have to put pillows or something there so you don't move, so you're protected. And he sleeps like that with his bad shoulder, like on his face and on his pillow. No matter what.
Do you want to hear the stupidest thing in the world? I've told you this before, but I haven't told them, I don't think. The reason why I sleep on my face, okay? Get ready for this, because this is big. And this is when they say beauty is pain. Okay?
Wait for this.
I, for years, had a mohawk. And I had like Elmer's in it. And I would put it up with Elmer's until like either the glue or my hair would fall out. So like if you do it good once, you're good for months. Okay. But if you laid on your back, you would end up with the back all folded and you'd start looking all crusty and stuff. And that's no fun. So I just learned to sleep.
Start looking all crusty. That's good.
Yeah. So I learned to sleep on my face with like the pillow wedged like this, just to hold my face up, but enough to where I could breathe. So I'm not like buried in a pillow. And I had the best looking mohawk forever. Snap, snap. So yeah. So that's how you keep your mohawk looking good, guys. Because I know that was the next question that was coming.
Thank you, Diana. What'd she say there?
Oh, Diana, it would be way longer than a month. Let me just tell you. She's shocked with all different kinds of emojis and says, not washed your hair for a month? Question mark, question mark, question mark, exclamation points.
It's disgusting. You must have stunk.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
Smelled good.
No.
Yeah, I had a can of Febreze and I would just smell like...
Yeah, Liz did a pukey emoji.
No, what
Seriously,
was it?
Guys, I have such a clean, I have to wash and shower and do stuff all the time because I'm
fresh hung linen.
What?
That's what I smelled like. Fresh.
Do you know
hung
why?
lemon.
He used to wear the same pair of shorts all through the entire summer and just Febreze them every couple of days.
It
Are
doesn't.
you not embarrassed telling all these
No,
lovely
because this
folks
was
how
a long
gross-
time ago. But the other thing here is,
Mhm.
oh, really? Like she would even let me near a can of Febreze. Good Lord. But I will say this about the Febreze company.
What's that say?
Cheap birth control.
Exactly.
I'll keep my mouth shut. But what I'll say is it doesn't...
People weren't put off by him. That's the miracle. How did anyone get within like 10 foot of you? You must have ponged.
I smelled like fresh, clean linen.
No.
Yeah.
You smell like Febreze. That's not fresh, clean linen.
Not the way I wear it.
Oh, God.
Wait, I don't know if that was right.
What's Thomas sweating?
He's a bunch of shocked about... Okay, but I gotta tell you about Febreze. It doesn't just mask odors. It traps them and eliminates them. Have you seen the commercial, people? Yeah. There's an animation.
And it doesn't work. All they do is...
Oh.
All they do is mask the stinks. It masks the stinks. You're a stinky...
Just because you say the same thing twice doesn't make it, like, hit any harder.
Well, it should. It should. You're not even embarrassed telling all these lovely folks about your grossness.
At least it wasn't leather pants like Morrison, eh? Yeah, I had some pleather pants for a little bit.
Or like Ross from Friends.
Yeah, that's not fun. Especially, yeah, that's gross.
That was hilarious.
Let's see. Yeah, everyone's really grossed out about my hair, and then you had to go throw my camis into this for some reason.
See? He thinks I'm weird for thinking you're gross. So now we're having some...
He thinks I'm weird for thinking you're gross?
No. You think I'm weird for thinking you're gross. And now we have a lot of other people backing up my point of view. Because you just openly told everybody, because you're obviously not, like, you don't think it's a problem.
When stuff needs washing, stuff gets washed. That's how things work.
So
when things are dirty, you clean it.
So you don't think that, like, through a whole summer holidays of
What's
skating,
chlorine for? You'd end up in a pool in your clothes a couple times through that whole ordeal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't use egg yolks or Kool-Aid in your mohawk because if you fall asleep in a park under a tree, you wake up with your head covered in ants. Knowing's half the battle.
Did someone say something poo there?
Matt's poo stories. We haven't even got to the poo stories yet. Oh, man.
What poo stories? You're gross.
I'm sure there's some. Aren't there?
Probably.
Yeah.
Look, even Mina's like...
She's like, tell me the poo story, Dad. Are you gonna go for me? What the heck?
Tell me the poo story. Tell me the poo story.
Exactly.
Oh, you smell mean.
The more you know. So yeah, so I don't see what the big deal is. Like for hundreds of years, until the 1980s, okay, people weren't as crazy as you people are.
No, and everyone absolutely stunk, and they died when they were like in their 30s.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. And the plague ran riot because there was no antibiotics. Yeah, Mina's mad.
Yeah, no antibiotics. How does an antibiotic have anything to do with washing the glue out of my hair or the chlorine out of my shorts?
Look, there's all sorts of pukey, stinky emojis going on.
Conan didn't have Febreze. Yeah, he had a very open cloth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what Conan smelt like? Seriously.
Well, Conan is a fictional character.
Whatever.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, just open your mind. Imagine it. You bet he absolutely ponged. Nobody cared because everyone ponged, but everyone died because they were filthy and germ-ridden.
I don't know if that's why everyone died.
Well, they were susceptible to
But
disease.
your whole thing is like when I'm doing hand sanitizer all the time. You're like, you need the germs or else you're gonna die.
You need your immune system to work.
Yeah.
That's why you growing up with your mum, who's basically living in a hospital, sterile hospital area, because she's seriously like, that house is immaculate and always has been.
Yeah.
And she'll hold, if she goes out of a public bathroom, she'll open it with her elbow or with her over a coat or something. She doesn't touch doors or doesn't touch anything.
And she'll have her little wipe.
And she has a wipe that she wipes everything, wipes her hands, does everything. Yeah.
So you're saying that if someone breathes funny on my mom, she's going to get the plague?
Well, basically, I ate mud when I was a kid, and I don't get many stomach disorders.
I didn't eat mud.
I did. I was a kid.
Yeah, I didn't eat mud.
I ate all sorts of bad stuff.
I know.
But I had really good immune system.
Do you?
Yes, I've only had one cold this year.
That's not true.
It is.
Hey guys, how many times have we done a live stream and Zoe's like, "Whoa, I'm feeling poorly. I'm not very well."
I've only had one. I'm not Irish. And two, that's the only time I've been coughing this year. When else have I coughed?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've been ill. Oh, I might have been I was ill. No, that was last year.
No.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, getting back to it, he's not going to help himself because he doesn't sleep and protect his shoulder when he's lying like that on an icy cold floor.
Oh, is that where this
That's where
came
that
from?
came from.
Oh, okay. I'm listening. Continue, babe.
I've finished. I'm just saying you need like heat on it and cold.
I'm going to get some icy hot, maybe.
Yeah.
What's the stuff called that we are using?
Diclofenac.
Zoe only coughs around Matt.
Exactly. Thank you, Tom.
Well,
what do you
that's
do?
really not nice. And to be fair, I don't really get sick that much.
You're sick all the time. What?
I'm not.
Mina's attacking me for some reason. What's going on?
Okay, so apparently Zoe followed some dirty crap wearer
You smell.
into the desert to die.
What?
Yeah, you heard. Febreze allergy. I haven't used Febreze since I was like seriously like 20.
We've probably got some in the thing.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we have.
Have you bought some?
We had some. Anyway.
It's in your veins. Fresh linen scent.
There's no fresh linen scent in here right now, I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, because frickin' anal gland over here is tuna cannon all over you. Dude, she smells awful.
She's got a very fishy little breath.
It's not her breath that's the fishiest. But yeah, that's bad. Like Chernobyl.
So anyway, we basically, you're going to see some new developments in the shed design.
Yeah.
We have to work out stupid little things like windows, working out where the sun's going to be, because we don't want to be like boiling hot in the summertime and freezing in the winter. It's all kind of things like that. Do we need any?
And then because we're putting a bigger door on it, because it was supposed to just be a shed, now we're going to do that, but then once we're ready to go
you came
into
out with a really good idea.
We're gonna do French doors, like window paned French doors. So
that's actually going to be really cold in the winter, though.
Well, it depends on if we double pane.
Oh, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
How?
At the double pane store.
So we're going to buy proper double.
Yeah, we should buy some doors.
I would love that, to just have like thinner.
Yeah.
And we were thinking about all the domes and stuff like that. Like that way, we're already halfway through the living room design, but it's as a shed until we don't need it to be a shed anymore.
Yeah.
Then we can move on. We'll already know what we're kind of doing for the electricity and things. Oh, yeah. And we learnt the other day as well that there's an adapter that you can buy, a charger, which is awesome. I watched this video that this guy did. He's a British guy that he uses in the caravan in England, and it's basically like like a universal charger that you plug into your 12 volt. It's got like a cigarette end,
Adapter,
for 12 volts, and you plug that into your socket, your 12 volt, which is from your solar, and then it has like a whole selection of different like not nozzles, what's the word, like adapter ends, inputs, to go into different universal like laptops or phones or
so you have
TV.
Like it just has all this stuff on it, and that's super cool. But the thing that like got me with what you were saying about that was when you were talking about how much energy you're losing just transferring stuff over from 12 to 120 or 240.
Because basically when you have an inverter put in, the inverter is to convert the 12 volt into 120 volt, right? Or 240 volt.
Yeah.
So that you can plug in your laptops and stuff like that. But you don't actually need, from what I have a very basic understanding of that, but you don't actually need that amount of energy. You're wasting a ton of voltage just like because it's a broad spectrum voltage that they're using, so it's covering everything. But with these little adapters, the conversion goes through, it's just in the adapter itself. So depending on what adapter you use, it changes from the 12 volt to whatever, like how much would it be, babe, for like a laptop or something? It would go to like,
I don't know, because
90 or something.
I want to know.
Or 110 instead of using the full at 240 or something.
Yeah.
Because he said most of the time your laptops and your stuff like that aren't using your full 240 volts or whatever. And I'm probably sounding like an idiot.
Yeah, and because we don't know a lot about electrical.
We're going to have to do a lot of
research.
Yeah.
But if anyone out there knows, is there any way, or is there any Mac for a MacBook power adapter that starts from a 12 volt source? Because I can't find anything. Because
this basically means that any of your PCs and stuff like that, you can adapt through your 12 volt, which is amazing because it means the inverters are like $300, something like that, aren't they?
They're more than that sometimes.
And if we don't actually need that to be able to, I mean, you could theoretically run your TV and things through your 12 volt. I don't know how efficient they'd be or whatever, but this guy was charging 2 of his laptops up at the same time with a 12 volt straight from the solar.
Well, what do you guys use in England? Because it's not 120.
It is.
Is it?
Well, I don't know, but it's not 12 volts. 12 volts is like for caravans, or you know what I mean, like for a limited amount, or for your cigarette in your car, car chargers, all that kind of stuff. But if we watched this the channel called Ironheart that we've mentioned before, which was a dad and his 2 kids did an Earthbag home, which they now use as an Airbnb in Texas. And that's where we first got interested about it, because all of their input is just direct 12 volt.
Yeah.
So all the lighting, everything that they use is 12 volts, isn't it?
But if we got that adapter you were talking about that had all the different kinds,
and it's like $25.
Yeah, we should totally do that.
I know. It's like $25-$30 or something for this adapter, which means that you're not limited by, like, I had an absolute brainwave. No, not brainwave, because that makes me imply that I thought of it. That we were thinking, I was really depressed because I was thinking, how the hell am I going to do a Christmas tree in here? It's right. It's like decorating the Christmas tree time coming up. We usually do it after Thanksgiving. And I was like, what are we going to do? Because we got rid of our old tree because, like, it was just an artificial one. Because I would love to have a real tree down here, but at the minute it's not practical to do it. So we'll just have an artificial, really nice tree. But the one we had was one with the pre-lit ones, and one of the sections had just stopped working, hadn't it?
Yeah.
So it was like on its last legs last year. So we threw it out because we don't need extra stuff to put in the shed that we haven't even built yet, right? So I was thinking, well, this year, if we just get like a little 4-foot one, just a little tiny one, if it's pre-lit, how am I going to do that? Because we're going to have to, like, we're running out of electricity as it is by like 6 o'clock at night. And it's going to get worse probably as the winter goes on, because unless we manage to sort out the solar. Yeah. So we were like, how am I going to do it? And then you were like, well, just get USB lights. And I was like, huh? What? What? You could get USB Christmas tree lights? And he was like, yeah, you just plug them into the USB or a 12-volt thing. Liz says, so are you planning on running all power for all the buildings from your solar on the camper?
No.
No, we're going to get separate panels eventually, because hopefully you can get a pack which has the panels, a battery.
There's this awesome, I want to say it's a Thunderbolt.
It's something like that, Thunderbolt or something at Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply. And like the reason why I like it the most is because it's inexpensive, but
how much is it? It's like 199 or 100.
I think the last price I saw for it was $149.
$149, and you get a solar
panels.
4 panels, which is what?
It's 100 watts altogether.
It's 100 watts.
But they work really good on overcast days, like better than a lot of the top panels you can get that you're.
Ours aren't great. Our output drops massively if it's a cloudy day, and obviously if it's going to be raining and stuff over the winter time and it's going to be colder and overcast, we're going to be in trouble. But these ones, G-Bear uses them on his channel, doesn't he? And he gets really good results.
Doesn't use them on everything, but he got some, and they're like out. Just he stands them up on the dirt.
Yeah, on the angle, which is great because we can move it around. But we're hoping as we build each dome, we can get one of these packs, and that's going to be perfectly adequate, isn't it? Just for charging laptops.
Yeah. The
kitchen might be a different kettle of fish. We might have to overthink that one a little bit more, because like if we want a microwave, or I don't know if we
want. What's that?
Do you think we'll need stuff? But anyway, the kitchen you might need more, because obviously there's a lot more appliances and things that you might need for that. But basically for each dome and the living room even, we're just going to need lights and some sockets that you can recharge your laptops and things like that. And that's more or less it. Because I'm not struggling really with not using the air conditioner, like the air conditioning unit we could afford to use more in the summertime, but we have the generator for that. And hopefully, because the buildings are going to be thicker walled and more insulated, and we design them properly so there's not sun blasting in, through the hottest parts of the day and things, hopefully we'll be able to get a much more comfortable place to be able to escape from it by next summer, I hope.
Yeah.
We shouldn't we?
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, like people say it all the time, and we should have.
They do have battery powered string lights, but the USB is perfect, because even when our battery runs out and we're really low on electricity, the solar power, you can still have the little 12-volt lights on, can't you? It's only when the pump comes on or something else comes on that they dim.
And they only dim when the batteries start dipping under half.
Yeah.
Which we shouldn't be running our batteries like that, but we just can't help it right now. We only have 2 batteries. So I think this week or next week I have to go get a couple more batteries.
You can get like golf cart batteries and smaller ones for like $40 or something, can't you? But
well, we could get like decent batteries for like $40-50.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we need to do that, and then hook up the batteries we have and string them up.
That's going to be an interesting.
Right. Because I don't know if running parallel or series is the best way to do. Hey, at Michael's or somewhere, I think you can get 1 to 2 foot pre-lit trees that you plug into your USB on your laptop.
Yes, that's what these lights are. I've ordered them from Amazon. And you basically...
Pre-lit tree. A USB pre-lit tree.
No, but I want the lights so that I can use them for other stuff.
Well, I know, but you could get a pre-lit tree. USB.
Yeah. Okay. We'll look into that.
I don't like this idea because I want to use the twinkly lights for everything.
I've already ordered them. But you know what else we were thinking? This is how stupid I am with lights. Lights to me, twinkly lights. I know it's a big thing, but they just make everything so much more
twinkly,
pretty,
yeah,
and warm and cozy looking.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, for the domes, because you're building up.
But they are small.
Yeah, they're only 1 to 2 foot. But 4 foot, I was thinking, is that going to be too big or too small? And it's not. 4 foot's going to be about right.
Well, what's the diameter of it? Because
3 foot, like that. Oh. Marge Simpson. I don't think, I think we need to go and look. But anyway, I just want to be able to, like, as we're building the domes, I had a brainwave the other day and I was like, you know, because we're not having like the dome seems like a lot of not wasted, but there's a lot of space above that you don't use.
Yeah.
Because it goes up 12 foot. Unless you bury them or whatever. They're as wide. Yeah. They're as wide as they are tall, right? In theory.
If you've made it correctly, they're as wide as they are tall.
Yes. So I was thinking that's a lot of space up there that we can't use. So a lot of people put attics in or some things for extra storage or things like that. But we'll probably have like a little skylight or something to let some light in and stuff. But I was thinking if we do like 3 or 4 like just beams of wood, 2x4s or whatever, that we like, what's the word? Like embed in the bags as we're going up. So they're going across like beams of, you know, like an attic.
Like 4x4s or 4x6s or something like that. They may be fiber optic trees, actually.
Fiber optic. I'm going to look though, because that would work.
Yeah.
But I have got these lights so that I can put these on now, and we've got all our decorations and stuff. And then when we put the tree down, we've still got lights to put on things, and they just plug into the 12-volt USB, so it shouldn't affect anything. I'm so excited because I thought we couldn't have a Christmas tree, and it was going to be a problem. I just didn't think we were going to be able to light it without it causing all sorts of problems, and it seems like an extravagance.
It is.
It's not. So anyway, I was thinking if we have these beams that are going across that are like, you know, above head height, you can hang lights from there. You can hang ferns
to like bonk you on the head when you're walking into the room.
That would be so cool, though.
Oh, a swing?
He just winked at me. Oh, you're so gross. Ah! He just winked at me. No, but a nice, like, a hammock.
Yeah.
See, I'm thinking snoozing. What?
Huh? My name's Crapbag.
I watched that the other day. That's my favourite. Paul Rudd. If you can't.
What's her name? Princess
Consuela Banana Hammock.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, well, I'll go with Crapbag. Crap bag.
Hey, if it's hard to remember, just
picture a bag of crap. Oh, classic. Yeah, so anyway, that was like, if you can picture it, if you imagine the lovely dome with the beams going across with ferns hanging down, lights, little twizzly lights.
I wonder how you could figure out what
that was a big deal to me,
what
guys.
The weight limit on something like that could be. Because if we're going to be putting like beams like that up, we could put beams all the way through like completely through.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but listen, completely through, like
Mhm.
really long,
Mhm.
and have like 2 staircases that go up each side of the dome to like a deck. If they come all the way out and there's enough room on each side to have like a chair and a table or something like that, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
I would
that would
really,
be
really
good.
like that.
It's so exciting because we can do everything like from scratch. You just like,
And
it
it'll
will-
either fall apart and maim us or it won't.
I think it'll be fine.
Wind, meet caution.
Oh my god, we're all gonna die.
I love how you go from like everything's fine, we're gonna die.
Because I know what
Like
people are
there's
thinking.
no
Just,
middle
I know
ground.
Liz will be sitting there now going, oh god, what is he talking about?
Yeah, Bill gave up.
Bill's not even
He's
on
like-
it. He's
he's
just like,
like,
I can't handle these idiots anymore.
Cowboys might be playing. I'd rather put my money on the Cowboys.
Oh my god.
So anyway, so that's that. So we're gonna be doing all that. And then we also I don't know what you would call it, not plotted out, but marked out the area for the next dome, and we're going to start digging all the dirt out of that area to use for the bags for shed. And then the theory is that each thing we build will use the dirt from
the
the
next
next
dome.
thing over that we're going to do. So that works, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because we need to dig it down so it's not like sticking to
Dig it down.
I wish you wouldn't do that. I get a shock every single time. But it's really exciting. Like, one Christmas tree with USB lights. Boom.
I can't believe we're still talking about
because
that.
that's a big thing. I can't wait to get the Christmas decorations up. I love Christmas. I've been watching Schitt's Creek, right, which I absolutely love. And I watched a Christmas episode last night and got really upset. Like, more sentimental. Because I always cry at Christmas things.
I woke up at like 5, 6 in the morning, and she kind of woke up and she's like, you awake? I cried during Schitt's Creek.
It was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh. Yeah, whatever. She was crying.
It could have been the gin.
Could have been the gin, yeah.
But I didn't feel like it was the gin. I think it was just like, I get sentimental over Christmas stuff.
You're so sweet.
Am I?
Yeah. You've been kind of mean to me lately, but you're generally a really sweet person.
Have I been mean to you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
A little bit.
Why? Are you
Don't
going to
know.
tell them?
About what?
What I've been mean about?
No. You're my angel. But so I'm like, oh, I had a dream that I was doing like art in a freeway underpass, and
tell us.
Then it turned out in my dream I was Wolverine, and we were starting the X-Men.
He's either Wolverine or a wrestler.
Well, yeah, but I was also Michael Cera in the same dream.
Oh, that cancels it out.
Yeah, it's like how Wolverine could you be if you're Michael Cera? Like, you
can't.
It's like I can't even just have a win in my dreams. Like something's got to mucky up those waters.
I haven't had any golf dreams lately. I don't know what's good. Probably because we haven't been watching any.
I know,
wrestling.
But what'll happen is you'll start having like crazy wrestling dreams when you start going through withdrawals. That's what happened with me and Towie.
Really?
Yeah, we stopped watching Towie, and then like almost a year later, like I was having nightly dreams of cast members of Towie. Well, you guys want to hear a stupid story? Because I know you guys like story time.
Are you waiting for the stop?
No, here it is. So yesterday, I didn't have my glasses on. Thomas is
Don't encourage him, Thomas.
I'm here. Tell me. Okay, I didn't have my glasses on yesterday, and Zoe was kind of on the other side of the room, and I said something that I thought was funny. She started crying, and then said some things to me that I thought were really mean. and I couldn't see her face, and I just thought she was
No,
really
tell
mad.
them what you were doing.
That's not the point.
Tell them what you were doing.
I was whistling the theme to Strictly Come Dancing, and apparently the way I whistle it is not okay to some people in the room.
No, he's still getting it wrong. I was crying laughing because it was so irritating.
Yeah, and she was saying how irritating I am.
I said, this is a different level of annoying.
Yeah, and she was crying and was sitting really far
away.
Crying,
laughing.
Didn't know that.
Didn't have his glasses
Didn't have my glasses on. I thought she was super mad, and I, like, walked out.
He got so upset.
I'm like, oh
I
my
had
God.
to apologize for like an hour.
You didn't. You just had to apologize the once, but then you felt bad and kept apologizing.
Well, because you were really upset. He was like really upset. Like I was going to walk out.
I'm like, okay, that's it. She's getting on a plane.
He thought I was leaving, and I was like, I was crying because he was annoying me in a funny way so much because that. You know how we have this discussion when he whistles or he sings something and he does his own version of it? You know, he was doing that with Strictly Come Dancing.
Yeah. And I just...
Do it. Show them how annoying it was.
I don't even remember how it goes.
The music goes... Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. But it was...
That's what makes her mad.
Da, 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 da. He was whistling all the way.
She doesn't like the fact that the end notes go. Mm. That's how I hear it.
It sounds silly. Better. It sounds silly, but he manages to do this with every single song that I thought I recognized, that I thought I knew.
She says every song that's out there, if I sing it, it ends up in a minor key, slowed down.
So it's like a depressing death march instead of the usual original version.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was laughing at this. I thought it was... I couldn't stop laughing because he was driving me up the wall, but in a funny way.
But
like
the thing is,
does.
You need to have your glasses on if you think your spouse is hurting your feelings. Because if I would have seen her face, I would have known that she was like laughing and enjoying herself. But because I didn't have my glasses on, I thought she was like getting ready to leave.
Why didn't you have your glasses on?
Because I don't like wearing them when we're out working.
Oh, because the sweat falls out of your eyebrows.
Okay.
Calm down.
I know, but you don't need to.
Talking of Schitt's Creek, you've got very Eugene Levy eyebrows.
Wow. You married it. Deal with it. Jesus. Musicians have major to minor YouTube channels.
What?
What?
Maybe it's something to capitalize on. What?
Musicians have major to minor. Oh! Like they take major songs and put them in minor keys.
He does. I don't know if it's a...
Yeah. I don't know.
Once again, Jess, thanks very much. Once again.
The boys are... My love waits for me.
Stop.
Do, do, do.
Here's a little fishy breath.
Hi, Fred.
I think we need to go. We're waffling on about rubbish again.
Yeah.
Fred. Hi. Hi, Stinky.
All right, guys. Sorry, Zoe. It's okay.
It's okay, Jess.
Shaylee was just like showing us about the gent. All the channels that are gent channels, which is just like muted.
It's been around forever, but
yeah,
apparently
but
there's a word
it's
for
gent
it now.
Although I think it's junk. I don't think it's gent.
It isn't gent.
It sounds like junk.
Kids these days, honestly.
Man, they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
They don't.
Fucking millennials.
Wow.
All right, guys.
So we'll be posting videos and updates of what we're going to do with the shed.
Yeah, and so a video went up yesterday, a video went up today, and tomorrow morning there is a very special video about how we recycle water in our earth bag
Oh my
build.
God, it's really not special.
And it has nothing to do with urine. So...
No, and also, you had the bright idea of filming.
Fred's like, huh?
You had the bright idea of filming it through his smashed phone, so it looks like we're all.
Oh, I
in a
should show
cloud.
you guys what my phone looks like. Can you guys see that?
There went my joke.
Look at that. It's a mess. So this is the camera up here, right in that lovely mess. Yeah. So there it is.
I know, right? It's disgusting. I don't know how he even gets it to work.
I don't know.
He's
It just
got, like,
it looks like someone put Vaseline on the lens to make me look
it
young
looks like
and
we're
beautiful.
in a cloud. And also, or in a fog bank. What was I going to say there? He's got like a stupid screen protector, but it's for the wrong size phone, so it only covers like a
Fucking Dollar Tree. Like, seriously. And then what makes me even more mad is that I went back and then there was like, oh, this is for a 6S, 7S. I'm like, oh, I'll get this one.
Got the
Same one. But it was because as I was using my phone and sliding my thumb over the screen, I got a chunk of glass in my thumb. Some iPhone glass. So I didn't want that.
Chunky means microscopic.
Oh
sliver.
my gosh, you are so bad. She just
drama queen.
I am?
Yeah.
Dude, last night Strictly wasn't coming on right away and it was buffering and she was like, "Oh my god." Like it was like Cannibal Corpse up in here. She was like losing her freaking mind.
Oh my god.
And you're like, "I'm not gonna watch it. Screw it. Screw it. Screw it." And I'm like, just calm down.
One, I didn't have wine.
You did. You had gin.
I had to have gin, which is not the same thing at all. And then it was pixelated, so I couldn't hardly see anything.
I'm like, just pause it for a half
did that,
hour.
didn't
For
work.
like 10 minutes.
Oh my god, it was pixelated and it stopped every like 3 seconds to buffer for like a minute. I was nearly losing my mind.
You're almost losing your mind.
I know,
now.
because there's one thing I want to watch each week. One thing. His
And just so you guys know,
guys,
Strictly was crap last night.
Oh, it wasn't good.
Was not good. Send them all home. Send them packing.
Philip Pullman's His Dark Materials. There is a BBC.
It's on HBO out here.
Oh, it's on HBO. Has anybody watched it? Because it's on the BBC.
Everyone's watched it, except for us.
Sake.
We're like so behind everybody else.
I know, because we're out of electricity. We have to charge our laptops.
Why are you talking through Fred's back door? Fred, open your mouth so people can see your mom.
Look at him. He's like, Dad, that's just rude. Good boy.
All right.
Okay, guys.
I haven't. No HBO. Okay, so me, you, and Jess, we have it.
No, well, my mum and dad are watching it at the BBC back at home.
Your mom and dad are watching it.
No, lots of people are watching it. It's supposed to be really, really
their
good.
Mom and dad. You're like, Mom and Dad's watching it.
Oh, my mum and dad.
There you go.
Ow.
Sorry.
My mum and dad are watching it. It's supposed to be beautiful, really well done, because the film was not.
The Golden Compass?
Yes.
I remember that being very magical when I walked up to the theater and the whole front of the theater was this giant panda or giant polar bear. Yeah.
I read the books and I absolutely loved the books. I haven't read the new ones yet. I need to get round to that. I have got new credits, so I might listen to it. Fred.
Hey, Mark, you're in time to hear the rest of this episode thing.
What?
Huh?
Have you watched his
have you marked his watched materials?
Have you watched His Dark Materials yet, Mark?
He's
series.
writing a book. He doesn't have time to watch
he doesn't.
stuff.
I forgot about that. No, forget it. Don't be distracted.
He's like 7,000 words away from winning.
Really?
Yeah. He's kicking ass and taking names.
He's got 6 days.
You have 6 days. Hurry up, Mark.
Well, my mum and dad say it's wonderful. And my dad absolutely hated the Golden Compass.
You know who I would like to hear what they think of it is Steve Partridge.
Why?
Because he was rereading them.
Oh, was he?
Like last year when he was booktubing before he
they're
decided
so good.
he was too good. No pressure. Mark's going to do it.
You'll do it, Mark. We have full faith in you. I think I don't know. Those are, I think they're classed as YA, his dark materials.
Yeah, I think so.
But they're not written like that at all. They're so good. My dad read them. He loved them. I know, I miss Steve as well. I don't know why he's not
Steve
on
Partridge?
it. Yeah.
He just posted a video yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah. Him and his big dog.
Oh, his dog's so cute.
Yeah.
That's why, because he's just hanging out with his dog all the time. Benji. Taking, like, cute pictures together. He got him a bow tie. Enough said.
Wow. So you heard it here first, folks. All right, guys. Well, you guys take care. Have a great Sunday and a great week. I'm going to get on that glucosamine.
Glucosamine.
Yes, and I'm going to double that dose.
Thank you for all your
There's
advice.
Diana. Just hiding.
Bye.
She says a bunch of bad stuff about me and then hides the whole stream. Unbelievable.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. What we're going to do?
It's okay. I'm joking, Diana. Don't worry about it. What are we going to do? We're going to do things, babe. It'll be fine.
It's okay. We're
It'll
going to be
fine.
in touch. I'll show you my Christmas tree soon.
Okay.
Not too soon.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye. Oh.